Hey guys, this is Not Lammers of Invoked 101. Welcome back to the only Yu-Gi-Oh channel that still cares about Cyberdarks. And as with that, obviously that's what we're looking at today. Starting us off, we have two of each Cyberdark. So Cyberdark Horn, Cyberdark Edge, and Cyberdark Keel. So these guys are pretty old and pretty bad, not gonna lie. Horn does pierce damage, Edge does can attack directly for half attack, and then Keel does like 800 burn damage or something like that. Oh yeah, so if this card kills a monster by battle, inflict 300 damage to your opponent. Ooh boy. All of them on normal summon get to equip a level 3 dragon from grave. They gain attack equal to that monster's attack as well. So yeah, not super great. None of them have ever been amazing, but they did get some support a while back that did make them run a lot better. That being 3 claw and 2 cannon. Now really I should be playing 3 cannon. I just can't find my third one for some reason. No clue where it went, just can't find it. But anyway, so we have 3 claw. Cyberdark Claw says if this card is sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can target a Cyberdark monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. You can discard this card, add a Cyberdark spell or trap from deck to hand, or during damage calculation, if a monster equipped with this card battles, you can send a monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. That's really useful. It dumps Natissa's, dumps some other cards. It is really nice with that effect. Cannon has the effect of if this card is sent to the graveyard while equipped to a monster, you can draw 1 card. You can only use each of the following effects of cannon once per turn. Discard this card, add a machine Cyberdark monster from your deck to your hand. During damage calc, if a monster equipped with this card battles, you can send 1 monster from your deck to the graveyard. So both these are really nice. On top of that, they're level 3 dragons with 1600 attack. That's pretty big for a level 3 dragon. If you guys don't know, I believe Hunter Dragon has about the same stats, and there's only one other card that really makes the Cyberdarks like actually beefy, that being Lengling. But yeah, Cannon and Claw are really nice. The last Cyberdark monster we play is 1 Chimera. This came out of the Cyber style structure deck that we got a while back, and that structure deck did help both Cyber Dragons and Cyberdarks, but it mainly meant that Cyberdarks could use the Cyber Dragon cards. Chimera here is a level 4 dark machine that says you can discard 1 spell or trap, add a power bond from deck to hand. You can only use dragon or machine cyber monsters as a fusion material this turn. Also, once when you fusion summon this turn, you can banish monsters from your graveyard as material. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send 1 cyber dark monster from deck to the graveyard with a different name from the cards in your graveyard. You can only use each effect of Chimera once per turn. He has 2100 defense, which is really important for setting up with Noxter. But this guy is really important. If you link him off, you get his effect to send another one, which is really important for fusion summoning into Cyber Darkness Dragon. That aside, playing other cyber monsters, we do play 3 core and 1 Noxter. These are the ones that I found are the most important. As Cyberdark Core searches any cyber spell or trap, it can search the Cyberdark spells and traps. And Noxter here is really good for bringing back the Chimera to set up for a Zeger or a Dark. I do believe you have to go into Zeger though, because Noxter locks you into machines. Other monsters we're playing is 3 Regulus. Regulus is also a equip themed guy. Being able to put claw or cannon back, not claw or cannon, being able to put one of the Cyberdarks on board or put Noxter or core behind him is pretty nice. It's also just a negate. That's really it. It's just a negate and a beater. So that's it for like real monsters, as I like to say, real monsters. But yeah, like I said, I'd play 3 cannon if I had a third one, but I guess I don't know where it went. And you can also play like Claw in normal Cyber Dragons if you want to just like search their new Rhoda. For other monsters, the hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Valor. That's it. That's all you need. Just 6 hand trap slots, as is per standard with kind of these more casual decks. Spells and traps. Cyberdarks actually have a pretty cool spell and trap suite. So the first up is their Rhoda Cybernetic Horizon. This card is always treated as a Cyberdark card. And then it says you can send 2 dragon and or machine cyber monsters with different attributes to the grave, 1 each from hand and deck. Add a dragon or machine cyber monster from deck to hand. And if you do, send a machine cyber fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. You can only activate 1 Cybernetic Horizon per turn. You cannot special summon from the extra deck except machine monsters. This is a insane card. It helps you set up a lot of things. You can search it with Core, search it with Claw. You can do a lot with this card, and it sets up your big Cyberdark End Dragon fusion plays. So really, really necessary. Next up, we're only playing 2 Realm. We were playing around with this card and found that with the consistency granted by Core and Claw, and the fact that this card isn't super great because you're not really going to be normal summoning your Cyberdarks too much unless you're going into like link plays. This card is really only good at 1 or 2. It says when this card is activated, you can add a Cyberdark monster from deck to hand with a different name than the cards in your graveyard. During main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon a Cyberdark monster. You can only use the previous effect of Realm once per turn. If you equip a monster from your graveyard by the effect of a Cyberdark that activated when it was normal or special, you can equip from your opponent's graveyard instead. So it is somewhat useful being able to like rip a card. But it's not a quick effect to normal summon, and yeah, it's just overall it's not amazing, but it's okay. Next up is 2 Cyber Emergency. This card, I almost said Cyberdark Emergency. Yeah, this is to search cores and Noxters. This is just for that. That's literally it. It's just consistency buffs. I don't know if I would play 3. This card's okay, but I don't know if I would play 3 of it. 1 Cyberdark Impact. This is to put Cyberdark Dragon on the field. It's a thing you can do, so that way you can summon Cyberdark End Dragon. It's just one of the things you are able to do. 1 Overload Fusion, 1 Overload Fusion Searcher. Overload Fusion is really important to the strategy, but not as important as, and forgive me, 2 Power Bonds. Yeah, I apparently don't have Power Bonds. I looked and I looked and I looked, and I just don't have them. So at least not here with me. So yeah, 2 Power Bond. And the reason was I had my buddy TCG Cardcast. He goes, so you need 2 in case you open it, because the effective Chimera doesn't go off unless you search the Power Bond. So I was like, oh dip, that's annoying. So yeah, so 2 Power Bond, 1 Monster Reborn, and lastly 2 of the Therian Field Spell, because that Therian is pretty important to the strategy. Just being in a gate is pretty amazing. That's it for the main deck. It should be a flat 40. If it is not a flat 40, add another cannon, because it should only be about 1 off. Next up is the extra deck, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, this extra deck is not perfect, as is typical with my casual decks. But we are playing 1 Cyberdark End Dragon. This is your 5k beater. It says must either be fusion summoned. Its materials are Cyberdark Dragon and Cyber End Dragon. Must either be fusion summoned or special summoned by attributing a level 10 or lower Cyberdark fusion monster equipped with Cyber End Dragon. So the materials are actually really easy to get in the graveyard. You can use the search spell to dump one of them, and you can use another card to dump the others. But yeah, so easy to fusion summon, and also with the effect of Chimera, but it's also easy to summon out Cyber Darkness Dragon and equip it with Cyber End. But yeah, or a level 10 or lower Cyberdark fusion monster equipped with Cyber End Dragon. Unaffected by opponent's activated effects. Once per turn, you can equip 1 monster from either grave to this card. This card can make a number of attack equals to the amount of cards equipped to it in the battle phase. 1 Cyber End Dragon, you are always dumping this to the graveyard. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You are always sending that to the grave. 1 Cyber Darkness Dragon. This card is really, really good. It says 5 Cyberdark effect monsters. Where's my Cyberdark normal monster? Must first be fusion summoned. If this card is special, you can equip 1 dragon or machine from the graveyard to this card. Mind you, so for like, I'll talk about my qualms in a second. 1 dragon or machine from your graveyard to this card gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster equipped to it by this effect. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, send 1 equipped card you control to the graveyard, negate it, and if you do, destroy that card. So the big thing that I do like about this is it can be any equipped card. So there was a time when we were messing around with like equipped Cyber Dragons, or equip Cyberdarks to make this thing like a huge negator, kind of like Red Eye Slash Dragon, which oddly enough I think Slash Dragon came out in the same pack as this card, which is also an equip themed thing. So like very strange. But my big like qualm with this is it's 5 monsters with only 2,000 attack. Really, it should have 3k minimum. It should have 3k, and I understand the idea is, oh well, it gets really big. Yeah, it's Cyberdarks. It should get really big. They need something. You gave them the fusion monster with 5,000 base stat, so just saying, Cyberdarkness could have been really cool with like an 8k attacker or whatever. But yeah, then we have Cyber Dark Dragon, who is just the worst. We were playing 2 of them because we were able to fusion summon with it, so sometimes you want to dump it. It needs Horn, Keel, and Edge as materials. On summon, it can equip 1 dragon from the graveyard to itself, and then it says it gains attack 100 attack for every card in the graveyard. It has 1,000, 1,000. This card is garbage. We are playing 1 Elder Entity Natis. I find that you don't need more than 1 Natis. This card... Oh, wait, no, hang on, sorry. I am wrong. We're playing 2. Never mind. Yeah, still, I don't think Natis is amazing at more than 1, because realistically, you're not getting past turns where you need more than 1. Then for our Cyber Dragon fusions, 1 Rampage, because we can make it, 1 Mega Fleet, because we can make it, and 1 Fortress, because we can make it, and lastly, 1 Eternity Dragon. Now, Eternity Dragon is kind of an interesting choice here. It's not because we're fusion summoning into it, even though we can. It is because if this card's in your graveyard and you control Machine Fusion Monster, you can banish it, and your Fusion Monster becomes untargetable. So, really, really nice way to protect your Cyber Darkness Dragon. It's just one of those guys. Then we were playing 1 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon for the 45, 1 5-headed dragon, 1 Dark Charmer, and I should be playing Zeger, but I am not. And then 1 Shooting Quasar and 1 Shooting Star. The reason we're playing these is because you can dump Shooting Quasar to the graveyard, equip it, and then if this leaves the field, you can summon Shooting Star out of the extra. So yeah, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, 15. We're playing 16. 5-head. There we go. Whoops. Probably just left the card in there from testing. And then Dark should probably be Zeger just for the sake of it. Or maybe even Rampage Dragon, because you're almost never going to summon that. But yeah. There we go. You could also probably cut a Natis if you really wanted to for some other stuff. Yep. Same with this. You could really just play those at 1 and call it a day. But yeah, lots of flexibility in the extra deck. Lots of flexibility in the extra deck in terms of what you want to do. But that is it for Cyberdarks. The kind of... poor man's Cyber Dragons, quote unquote, even though I think this deck actually might be, I was gonna say it might be more expensive, but it's, I think it's not anymore with all the Cyber Dragon reprints recently. But yeah, that has been my look at Cyberdarks. As always, let me know if there's anything I missed, that way I can make this deck better, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.